Howdy, howdy. Welcome to another day of Portswigger Web Security Academy. This time we're doing Path Traversal Lab, and it's a simple case. This lab contains a Path Traversal vulnerability in the display of product images. To solve this lab, we just go retrieve the contents of the /etc/password file, which doesn't actually contain passwords. All right, so what we're going to do, we're going to click Access the Lab, which opens up a new tab. If you notice, we are actually in the built-in Burp Suite browser. So cool. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn our intercept on, and we can just for the first one that pops up, that's fine. And we're just going to choose an image like this beautiful train, and we're going to open it up as a new image, and it's doing nothing. Well, that's because we got to go back to Burp Suite, and we have to find the request. And look, there's the request get. And you see at the end it says file name equals 21. Interesting. So what we're going to do is right click and click send to repeater. We could also click Control R. So now we go to the repeater tab. Now that we're in the repeater tab, we're just going to hit send just to get our basis here. And you see this is what it's normally would send to you, blah, 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 all this stuff. And what that's going to look like is just showing you the image, right? So to give you an idea what it would normally look like, we're going to go back to proxy here, and I'm just going to forward that. And you'll see that when you would do that, it would just show you this image normally. But now that we have this in repeater, we can actually change what it's going to send us. See all this garbage? That is actually the raw data of that image. So we're going to take this part where it says the JPEG 21, and we're going to highlight it all and delete. So it says file name equal. Now what we got to do is type whack, whack, whack. We need about 4 or 5 of these. It doesn't matter as long as we get like 4. You could do 10 if you wanted. Then we do etc/passwd for that password file that we mentioned earlier. Then we're going to come up here and click send. And when we do, oh, okay, so we have the password file here. Isn't that amazing? We can see the users, all that stuff. Now, if we go back here, and we're going to go back to our proxy, and we're going to turn interceptor off, so it's no longer going to be intercepting it. And we're going to go back to this page here. You see how it says lab is not solved. But once we click refresh, and this page refreshes, you will see that we have now solved the lab. So congratulations. But why does that work? Well, I mean, what happened there? So let's bring up command line, and I'll show you something, okay? So if you look, where are we? So do pwd, we are currently in Cali home, okay? So if you go cd ... you will see we are now at the root. And if we do ls, we'll list, and you'll see that in the bottom left here, we have etc. Right there, etc. And that's where that passwd file is located. But watch this. Let's say we went to cd home / I don't know, what is in here? ls. Oh yeah, Cali. So we'll cd into Cali. And then we'll go into like pictures, right? And if you look, I do ls, you see pictures, picture.png. But what if we did cat? So we can create a new file here, right? If we do nano test.txt, and we'll put hi there, please leave a comment, and Control X, and we'll see that if you do like cat. And we do that to that text file that we just created, you can see that the contents of that file, and you see it's still there. But how does that .whack work? If you do ls .whack, you'll see it will list the files in the one parent directory up. If we did that again, .whack, it does it one more. So if I do this one more time, we're back at the home. So now, if we do etc, it shows us everything in etc. See where this is going? Now, if you look in here, we can just do cat and go to the end, do passwd, and it will show you the password file here. And that is how this works. I hope you guys learned something, and hope to see you in the next video. Take care.